Hey guys, this is Anastasia, and this is going to be my first video for Yule 2017. I know I'm still playing catch up on numerous other videos, but I wanted to get this going because it's kind of been a bee in my bonnet that I need to get going. Elder Brimstone, I believe, posted a Yule tag, which she included me in, and I'm super excited to do that because I've never participated in a tag before, let alone been tagged by someone to participate in a tag. So super excited about that. But I needed to get my candle done first. Not sure why, that just felt right. So I just completed my candle, and it's a little different than the past connection I've had with Yule. This year, for me, seems to be very much about the rebirth of the sun in the midst of the icy cold. In Minnesota, we haven't had much snow this year. We've had some, but it hasn't really stayed too much. But it has been getting colder and colder, so we know it's quickly approaching. In Minnesota, it's always cold in wintertime. So the rebirth of the sun is such an insane gift, and it truly is something that I honor, and it is such a very important thing for me. Out of the longest night of the year comes the rebirth of the sun, and the goddess sacrifices her life giving birth to the sun. But again, it's not a mourning to be stricken by grief, because we know in Imbolc she will be reborn herself. So, but it's something where, for me, it always struck me as odd, because in December we are in the midst of the true winter. Hasn't really begun quite yet, but it's getting there, and we know it's a thing. A lot of times we do have snow and ice by now. The last 2 years we haven't really had that, but it always was funny to me that it was the rebirth of the sun in the middle of the freezing cold that we experience. And normally when I do Yule candles, I stay very traditional. I like reds, I like greens, I like golds, white. I like those very basic traditional Yule colors. But this year, I started with my basic white for the base of the candle again. And then I made a Yule oil with pine, orange, and cinnamon. Cinnamon and pine are a pretty common traditional scent and things to work with during this time of year. But orange, oddly enough, I mean, we see the orange palmeters, I believe they're called. I'm probably saying that wrong because it's me. But you know, the big oranges that have the little cloves stuck in all around. That's a very traditional thing. Wassail, I know, will have chunks of oranges in it and stuff. But when I look in my correspondence books and go online and stuff, oranges oftentimes are kind of not shown as in the mix. And I'm not entirely sure why, because for me, that is the sun. The orange is such a solar connection, and that really is at the very base of the winter solstice. We're getting through the longest night of the year so that we can welcome the sun again. So orange is very important to me during this time of year as well. So I used pine, orange, and cinnamon as my oil. And then I did my normal witch's alphabet invocation for Yule. And then at the bottom, a lot of times I'll put stones and stuff at the bottom, but I'm really being called to do much more simple candles lately. I don't necessarily, at least for me, I don't know why. So I inscribed the Yule symbol. Some of them came through better than others. I am not very good at engraving, but that is the symbol for Yule. And have my little pentacle to end the invocation. And then I took some gold glitter and cinnamon after consecrating the candle in the four corners with the oil. I then took cinnamon and gold glitter and kind of worked it around the candle. I really liked with my Samhain candle using kind of the gunmetal glitter, and this one had a much, there's very few places, like right here you'll see these big clumps. At first when I put that on the candle, it was all that kind of solid gold looking thing. So I kind of had to dust it off because I just wanted bits and pieces here and there. But yeah, I did the cinnamon and the gold glitter. Cinnamon for me is, if you've watched my other videos, I love cinnamon. I love the feeling of it. Aside from amber, it's probably one of my most used and beloved spices, herbs, ingredients, however you look at it. Sorry, my focus on my phone is just being really wonky tonight, so I apologize if the picture's going in and out. I love using it on inscribed candles to get in the writing. It doesn't have to show perfectly through, but I do like showing that, hey, there is writing here, especially if it's something I'm using for ritual or something that I'm giving to someone else in a witchy feeling. Cinnamon also is connected to fire, which of course is connected to solar. I used gold glitter again to kind of not resemble, but to represent the rays of the sun shining through. The white for me has always kind of been snow. It has always been kind of that time of purification, because while we are in the winter months, we are working, it is kind of the water elemental season, winter. So it's a lot of purification. It's a lot of cleansing. We're in the dark of the year, so we kind of want to keep things, at least for me, this is my take. Again, no one else needs to agree with it, just kind of my thoughts. During the dark of the year, we want to kind of continuously be working through things, letting things go, cleansing, purging, banishing, getting rid of all that icky stuff so that when it comes time for spring, we can kind of do one final cleansing through, and then bam, we're ready for summer. We're ready for harvest. We're ready for that fertility and those seeds to take root and us to reap our bounty. So winter into spring is all about cleansing for me. So I like using the white because not only does it represent the water element as it is seen, at least in wintertime in Minnesota, as snow and ice, but it also helps me remember this is a time of purification and cleansing, and just remembering when I start to get bogged down, especially with the holidays and all the craziness that entails, just kind of getting rid of all that icky stuff, not letting it fester. So I liked using the white candle and then having the sun influence with the gold glitter and the cinnamon. That was the whole point I was getting to. For the dripping, also on top, I put a little bit of white glitter and a little bit of gold glitter. The white glitter, again, kind of representing that snow, and then the gold glitter representing the rays. Didn't really come through too well on top. You can kind of see it, but I wish it would have been more dramatic. I did my normal ring of Yule incense. In my Yule incense this year, I have mistletoe, rosemary, cinnamon, cloves, allspice, nutmeg, oranges, cranberries, juniper berries, all sorts of stuff. I've just got a ton of stuff in there. It smells really yummy. And so I put that ring around, and then when I was looking at the kind of wax I wanted to put around, at first I'm like, okay, well, I want to really connect with the sun energy this Yule. I am really feeling it. It connects with me this year more so than others. Sorry, my phone is apparently going all over the place. But then I thought for a moment, and I realized, the sun is represented on this. I really felt inclined to represent the goddess. So I wanted to use green. Funny thing, I started using this green spell candle, and as it was dripping, it turned kind of this turquoise, almost blue color. And when I was done and I kind of looked at it, I'm like, that is not green. That's kind of a blue, but I kind of like it. And I really, again, it connects to what's kind of around at least Minnesotans this time of year. We have ice, we have snow. It's that ice blue color almost, and I really am digging it. So much of the wax representation, so much of the wax in this candle is really representative to me, I should say, of winter. We have ice, we have snow, we have the cleansing and purification that's kind of going through this time of the year, the time of water. But through this Sabbath, the sun is going to reemerge. So we've got our cinnamon, we've got our gold glitter, we've got, all of these wonderful things kind of bringing about this energy. My Yule incense, the herbs and ingredients that I chose were all kind of, yes, they a lot of them have traditional ties to Yule, but I was really focusing on re-energizing that kind of connection to the flame of sorts. So yeah, in hindsight, this was not at all the candle I was planning on creating for this Yule, but I really like it. It really, I think, to me, it represents Yule perfectly, at least this Yule for me, which is, it's cold. I'm just waiting for the snow that's going to stick. Ice has already been a thing for me. But through kind of this icky, sloshy, cold time of year, I know that the sun god, will reemerge and be reborn. And I just need to take solace in that. So with that, I'm going to end this video. That is my Yule candle. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave that below. Remember, positivity. Please don't be negative. And I hope everyone else is kind of having a great Yule so far, or a great Yule season. For me, it lasts all month long. That's my deal. So I really want to kind of connect and put some more videos up on this. I'm still trying to plug away on getting through my journaling, mass journaling of 30 days of gratitude, and kind of pick through and see if there's anything else I can really share or should share. And then, of course, YouTube Pagan Challenge is a thing. Yeah, there's just a lot, but I'm starting to feel reconnected again, and it's awesome. So thanks, guys. Blessed be.